Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Today we've got a lot of projects starting, continuing, things like that. So I've got the waterfall journal here, and what we're going to do with this is, let me find our page, this. Super cute. Now this was a Friday freebie, and mostly what I did was make a pocket for it. But it's so cute, right? And she's the tab for the page, you know, the paper doll. So we're going to do this, make our pocket, and put our Friday freebie in there for the waterfall journal. Okay, and then we're going to start our mini for the little GT mini. Now this one I've started ish. I've got some things done. I'm going to do them a little different, give you options. Okay, these are just matted flat down, but I'm going to make some stacked image pockets. And before I matted them down, each one of them, I put some of that trim underneath each mat. So if you want to do it that way, you don't have to put the trim under there. I mean, really, you can keep this really super simple, especially if you're a beginner and you just want something easy. Just keep it super simple. Put your mats down, all that. I've got some other things here I'll show you in a sec. We're going to start with making our, putting our envelopes together. If you haven't seen me do this before, I thought I would share this with you. You put them all together the same way, the way I'm about to show you. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you know, talk amongst yourselves and get something to drink or whatever you want to do. Listen to the elevator music, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's pretty simple the way I do it. I like things to be simple and easy and not complicated. What life has enough complications, so we don't need to make it more complicated. You're just going to stack them like you're stacking a stack of paper, right? That gets them straight, and it keeps them straight down on this, yeah, on this edge here. So, yeah. Let me move this out of my way without causing a craft wrench. And then go in and check that your glue didn't squidge out, and you don't want to glue these together. You just wanted to glue that to it. Now, as you put this together, you don't want to just pull this over and flatten it. You want to pull it over and kind of work it into being a little spine. I always make mine a little bit fluffy. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but I like to give myself a little bit of extra room. Not just flattening it, right? Okay. So once you do that, we're just going to do the same thing we just did and wrap it around. So that's pretty simple, right? I love making these little minis. Oh, I love making envelope journals. They're so easy, you know? Yeah. Now, one thing you do have to watch when you're doing these envelopes are those, yeah, I've already done those. They're never glued down. They're never glued down on the corners. So you want to make sure you glue them down on the corners. The rest of it doesn't really matter because you're going to put something, you're going to mat a piece over this. The cardstock, these pieces, you're going to put something over that. But on these corners, that can create a problem if you don't glue that down. Okay, so just get that glued down nice and simple like so. Then you've got your base almost ready. I'm going to use fabric. You can use a myriad of different things. Some people use Tyvek, some people use fabric, some people use fabric tape. I don't necessarily, every now and then I will if I'm doing something specific for that. You can make your own fabric tape, okay? But I don't necessarily use that on this because you're sewing a signature in through that, and you get your the tape stays sticky and it will get gummed up on your needle and such. Just saying. So we're going to do this. You can use the finger tool or you can use one of these. You just want to get some glue on here. You don't want to leave it wet in streaks, okay, if that makes sense. You need it to be smudged out, because if you smudge it out, right, if you smudge it out, it won't leave lines on your fabric. If you don't smudge it out, it will leave lines on your fabric and they'll always look wet, and then you have to cover that. So just saying, hopefully I'm in shot. Okay. But yeah, you just want to give that a good press down. Most glues will do this. I wouldn't use just plain old Elmer school glue, but most glues will do this. You can, I'm using Barely Arts. You can use art glitter glue. You can use my all-time favorite that seems to be always out of stock anymore over here where I am. Art glitter glue. No. Cosmic Shimmer. My brain will work in a minute. Give it a second. Cosmic Shimmer is awesome. It does just everything you want it to do for crafting. But yeah, I think it's made, well, it's made somewhere not here, that's for sure. So use your finger tool or use a silicone brush and just kind of squidge that out, and give it a good squash down. You don't want to squash this spine, but yeah, give that a good squishing. You've still got your nice spine there, right? Okay, so that's how we do that. I'm gonna lay this aside so that it doesn't get glue on things I don't want it getting glue on. So now we've got our base ready, and we're ready to put our pieces. Now, you can choose any which one you want. This one, I chose this to put on the front because it's pretty. They're all pretty. But yeah, choose whichever one you want to choose, and whatever mat, you can use the background papers from the kit if you have that, or you can use Stamperia, or their what is it, their something rose, dusty rose, I don't know, I can't remember the name of it, but that'll go with this if you have that, or if you have the kit, just use that. I've got a green and one that's got music page, and that pink one that's background pages in the Garden Time journal kit. So just saying, there's that. So this one's going to be my front. It's going to go like so. I'm not putting the fringe on this one. I did that on this one. I'm making them different. I'll probably put fringe around the whole thing on this one and have it, it'll be a little different. This is going to be, this is my back. Yeah, this is my back. So to put these on, it's pretty simple. And yeah, I'm not going to be just doing this. There's a little bit, I'm going to do tip ends on this one. You don't have to, okay? Don't get scared. You don't have to. But I'm going to do tip ends on this one because I thought it would be cute to do little teeny tip ends. I think it will be. So anyways, we're going to do that. On the other one, I'm going to do stacked image pockets. So you can pick and choose what, or do both. I mean, you know, there's nothing saying you have to do one or the other. You can do and this one and that one, right? I just thought I would do two because that gives me an extra little thing to put in my gift box, and I have extras. I don't mind, you know? Get out of the way. All right, let's see. Yep, I want to do it this way. Get some glue off my hands first. So I'm just going to mat this straight down on here, straight-ish, centered-ish kind of thing, right? Straight and center, like that, and then just give it a good press down, right? Get any squidged out glue out of the way, that kind of thing. Okay, and then we're going to do this. Get this one off and have that flat down. Now you can do a tip in on the front. I thought I would just not. I don't know what I'm going to do on the front yet. I'm leaving those options open. But I'm going to do tip ins on the inside. And this also gives you the option to open up a couple of big pockets on the inside. I only use 4 envelopes. Now, there's a link in the description below on what envelopes I use. They're, for the minis, they're listed, and then the other envelopes are just listed as regulars. Okay? Alright, let's give that a good roll. Alright, and then we'll put our back on because, where'd I put that? Is this it? This is it. It's the donkey peeking out. It's cute. Okay. So, but yeah, you can see which ones I use in the description below. And, I mean, you don't have to use these. You can use whatever envelopes you want to use. You can use the junk mail ones if you want. You just have to cut them down and glue them together and, you know, do all those things, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. You could even use paper bags. I've got to do another paper bag thing soon. That's fun, huh? And have loads of them. You ever buy any? You've got just, you know, loads and loads and loads of them. So straight-ish, centered-ish, like so. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't done a paper bag one in a while. That keeps rolling over here in my way. Okay. Now I need it. Okay. So yeah, we'll have to do a paper bag project soon. Too cute, right? Okay. Now, so you see what I mean? You have something over the rest of it. It's those corners that will give you a problem, especially if you open up a pocket. Well, open up the edge of it to make a pocket. Then, you know, if your corners aren't down, that just makes problems. It just does. So if you ever forget and don't do those, then you'll know what I mean. It just makes problems. Don't do that. Okay. Give this a good roll around. Okay. Now, it's that easy to mat them down. Just flat down and mat them, okay? Now, the next part is a little bit more involved, we'll say. Okay? Involved. Alright. So we're going to do one. I don't want this video to get too long, but we're going to do one, and then I'll do the others off camera. But they are set up the same way. And you have to think about, do I want my tip in to open out this way, or do I want it to open out the other way? Let's see, I've got some of both kinds. Yeah, this one opens out this way, right? Okay. So, we're going to do, is this the one I wanted for the front? I don't know. Let me see which one I wanted for the front. It's going to be one that opens out this way, for sure. This might be, let's see. Not that one. It's this one. I knew it looked off. Okay. Alright. Anyways, what I did was I cut my mat. Now this is the background page for the Garden Time. Yep, that Garden Time Paper Dolls Journal Kit. So what I'm going to do for my tip in is I've got tape on this already, but I don't have tape on this yet because I wanted to show you what my idea was, okay? It's not brain surgery or anything like that, not rocket science. It's just super easy. Now you can round your corners or not, you know. You can put trim or not. At this point, I'm not, but I will. I'm going to put trim around this, but not the whole thing, but just this part, okay? Okay, I'm trying to be clear. So I didn't ink it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that before I start sticking it onto things, because it's easier to deal with one piece than 2 or 3 or whatever, you know. So that's inked, but this wasn't. And let me do the other side because it's definitely going to show. Now the other side can be used to place a picture. It can be used for writing. You can write on that. And or you can put a nice pocket, whatever you want to put on there. It's there to put stuff on. So is this. So yeah, I'm going to put this on here, and I will go back and put, should I do it now? We've got time. Okay, let me hurry. I'm just going to put it just around those 3 sides, not the whole thing, okay? So I'm going to start here and go around. Yeah, let me put it first, and then I'll show you my idea. And you can decide. You don't have to do it this way. You can just put it flat. Well, this is going to be fairly flat, but still. I'm not going to put it up that side, just over here. And then you'll have it peeking over on this side. So it's kind of like doing both at one time. Okay. And then you have something really pretty. You can also put a pocket on the front of this. You can do a stacked image pocket or whatever pocket you want to do. It's all up to you. Let me get a thing because I'm trying to hurry. I mean, you know, when you try to hurry, things go wrong, but I do try to hurry and not make my videos too terribly long. Some of them get really long, but there's no way around that. If there were a way around it, I would have done something about it, but generally, when I make a long one, it's just because there's no way around that. It's just a thing. So I don't want them to be so long till people get bored with me, you know. But yeah, just get it straight-ish, right? And then go over this way. Okay. Just turn your corner there. Squash that right down and get it right on over there. Yeah. As straight-ish as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Just straight-ish. Yeah. And okay, get the squidged out glue off. Excuse my reach. I had to get this trimmed there. Get this out of the way. Okay, now I'm gonna put some tape. Let's see, where do I want to put it? Not yet, not yet, not yet, because this has got tape on it already. So what I want to do is peel this back, and I'll put glue there because it's going to have tape there, right? I don't want to peel the whole thing off. I just want to peel some of it back to where I can stick this under there. Hopefully that makes sense. Just gonna give it a little press down so that it stays back out of the way. Okay? And now we're gonna put some glue here. Okay. Making sure this is a little directional, not a lot, but a little. So I'm making sure I want to have this same, right? Okay. Let me stay in shot. I just have quite a few things on my desk, so I'm trying to make sure I'm centering it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just centering it on there. And give it a good fold down, right? Okay. So we've got it centered-ish, which is fine. So before we put it on the page, I guess I can take these off now. Should be dry enough. Okay. Now, before we put it on the page, do check in here and make sure you didn't get any glue squidging in there, because that's not nice. We're going to put some more tape here, because we need it across here, where we just used the tape that was down. Okay. I'm just going to put this like so. And okay, where's my, here it is. Excuse my reach again. Just gonna give it a little squash, because that's what it needs. A little squash down, and then we're ready to put it on the page. Okay, we'll have our little tip in, and we can build from here. We can build all sorts of things on it, right? Okay. So, yep, make sure my top's to the top. So it's going to go on like here. I'm going to move this out of the way because it could get a little hinky, okay? I need to get this out of the way. Okay. No craft-a-lanching. Alright. So, let's just do this. Alright. That's the way I'm going to do all of them on this one. Just, you know, I like samey, so that's the way I'm doing it. So you can do it this way, you can do it that way, and we'll come back and do some more things in the next fun video. Okay? Alright. You can decide what you want to do with your mini, what pages you're going to use, if you're going to use all the picture pages, or if you're going to use some background pages, whatever you're going to do. You just check that out and decide, and then come along and make you one of these, right? Just double checking myself, guys. I have to. Okay, so I'm going to put it straight-ish, like so, and centered-ish, like so. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's get this one off. It should peel off pretty easy because we had it open already. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to do all these this way. Now the inside pockets I am going to open on this one. I'm not on the other one. So there's that. You can open them, you can leave them closed. It's all up to you. It's pretty simple either way. Okay. Let's get this a good roll, good squash down, right? Like so. There's some more squidge out. I don't mind if it squidges out, really. It just means I got enough, and my edges are going to be down really good. So, yeah, it's that kind of thing. And I don't mind. Okay, so now, if you wanted to do just flat down, do it like that. If you want to do with the little tip ends, do it like that. I made mine 1/4 inch shorter than my matte piece, okay? On the other one, I kept them pretty close to the edge because I knew I wasn't going to do any, that needs trimmed, I knew I wasn't going to do any opening of the pockets or anything, so I kept those that way. So, pretty simple, right? Okay, we're going to lay that to the side and get over here on our other thing. Okay, these are my other tip-ins. I'm going to keep those together. And we're going to do our this. Yep, this. This is what we're going to do. Now, I've got just a scrap piece. Hopefully it's not got anything weird on it. It doesn't. Okay. So, my pocket for my page, now you make your pocket whatever size you want it, you need it to be, is going to be 2.5 by 6. So, let's see. And that's our Friday freebie. So cute. So cute. Okay. We've got, I need to put these somewhere. They're decorations for the pocket. These come from the kit. Okay. Did I say 2.5? 2.5. This is the one we're working with. By 6. Excuse me. Okay. There. That way I don't have to open up the whole thing. This opens up big, but I don't want to. I just don't want to. Okay. Right there. Okay. So now we're going to go to scoreboard mode. Let me get a sip of something. Okay. Where did I put this? 1/2 inch. Turn it. 1/2 inch. Go to the other end. And 1/2 inch. Pretty simple, right? Okay. Just our usual gusseted pocket. Now you can use either side on this one because I've got, you know, but I'm going to use this one because it's already got that. Okay. Here we go. Just fold them down as per usual. Hopefully I'm in shot. And do that number. And then we're going to do I'm going to try to stay in shot. We're just going to take that angle that way and that angle that way on both ends. And there. And like so. And another like so. Okay. I knew I did that. Okay. Alright. Let's get this tape on there and put this down there. Super duper cute. Okay. I hope you guys are having fun and making you. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's see here. We're gonna give it a squash down because, yep, I have to do that. Now, let's get this on there. Well, no, we don't want to get it on there yet. What we want to do, I bet you guys are saying, hey, you haven't inked that. Hey, you haven't put anything on it. You didn't put your trim and all the things. Gosh. Oh, well. I heard you. Okay. Now, let's put the trim on there. And all that. Okay. Now, trim, as I've said, it gives it the pretty, but it also makes that edge a little stronger than it is. Look, these things can get ripped and torn and all that. You don't want that. You want it to be where you want it to be. Okay. Just snip that off. Now we'll put it down. Then we can put our, excuse me, losing my voice. Then we can put our little embellishments on there and fill our pocket. Okay. Don't want to be out of shot. Trying. Okay. On this one, you want to go towards this edge. Because, as I said before, this is our gutter. This is the part that's going to be sewn in. And you don't want anything to get in the way of that. When you're doing a signature piece, you want to make sure you're giving that as much room as you can. Okay? Okay. If I can get a little straight on my gluing, well, a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be okay. There. Give it a little roll. And there we go. This is the center of my signature. So it can have a little bit on the outside. I think I'm gonna make a book board for this one because, you know, if somebody does want to write in it, which I hope they do, it would be a little lumpy bumpy having so many wonderful, you know, things in it, right? It's got the signature in this because this is the center. Okay, I'm going to take her out. I'm going to leave these guys in there where they are and just slide that in there. And I'm going to put her up here on the page. Yep, like so. Is that cute or what? I think it's cute. Okay, there we go. We've got this project done. We've got a good start on our minis. You decide what way you want to do yours. This way, or this way, or a combination of both ways. Whatever way you want to do it, okay? Whatever way you want to do that. Gonna be fun, gonna be awesome, gonna be so cute. I mean, really. Okay. Oh, we didn't do our, let's do this. We gotta put our little horse there and our little piggy here. Now those are from the kit, but they're just cute, right? On this one I did a little horse and a goose and a gooseling. What do you call those? A little goose. Whatever you call it. I was raised on a farm. We didn't have too many gooses though. we had other animals. Okay, I'm gonna put my little piggy down because it's cute right there. Hold it a minute. I did back these because it gives them a little bit more dimension and sturdiness, and it's cute. It gives them a little bit of, not a lot, but a little bit of raisedness. Yeah, dimension. That's what I said. So, yeah, just put them down. You can make paper clips out of them. But I wanted to decorate the page, so, I mean the pocket. Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so I'm going to put him over here because he's looking this way, right? Okay. And this is the one that's got the little pig as the pull for the journal card. That's too cute. Okay, now I'm not going to close that for a minute just so I don't have any excess or anything accidentally sticking to this page, because this one will probably have a stacked image pocket, something simple and easy, but you know, here we go. All right, that's what we did today. Is that awesome or what? I think it is. You guys let me know what you think. Cute? I think it's cute. Get your envelopes and let's do this. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.